Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another political episode. So, we have some good news. We are knowing that Donald Trump is the clear favorite in the 2024 presidential election. We've we could tell by momentum, fundraising, the polls, successful rallies, and comparing the rallies, Trump support to Biden's sleepy dodo head support, it's the complete difference. And one thing we have seen a lot is voter registration. There has been a shift in voter registration in the last couple weeks and months. And am I saying, oh, is Nevada, Arizona, and um they're now Republican? Well, no, I'm not saying that necessarily. What I'm saying is, I'm saying um basically it's shifting and to the Republican Party, mainly because of, I would believe, non-affiliates or third party, or overall people moving out of state coming in. There's a lot of people from Arizona, the old average Arizona gun owner Republican. He's now leaving to Nevada, and that's probably the reason why Nevada's going red. And now we have the California liberals coming into Phoenix. So kind of a scary thought, but we gain a state, we lose one. I would tell you, we much rather have Arizona than Nevada, but we're going to go ahead and do a prediction. We are going to count some states that we normally wouldn't count, and that is Florida, Iowa, and New Mexico, along with Nebraska second. Why? Well, because we're going to basically update the poll and show you in a video on how a Florida performance is what it's looking like for Trump. But let's go ahead and get started. It's been a while since we looked at Pennsylvania, and we're going to go ahead. I'm going to type in the names Trump and Biden. We got Pennsylvania. Good. This is really good because now we're at 2.3, and compared to April, where we were barely holding, Biden was barely holding on to Pennsylvania by 0.1 point. Ridiculous. But it seems since then, Trump has actually climbed the ladder. Like in a New York Times Siena poll, he gained 3. Cook Political Report, he gained 3. Bloomberg, he gained 2. And that, as a result, led him to um, 2.3%. So very good when it comes to that. Really good feelings. And I've kind of indicated the county support and county alignments by university. I'm not saying, oh, big universities there, it's going to go blue, because generally there's Philly. I'm sure Philadelphia has a university. Am I right or am I not? Well, but just because Philly has a uh university, that doesn't mean it's going to flip red. No. And I guarantee you, college students are going to remain Democrats. It's just the political nature. But I could tell you areas of compatible areas specifically. That includes Bucks County right here. I'm thinking about flipping. Lehigh has been a long Democrat county. I'm hoping one election we can bring it home. But really, I'm predicting Bucks County going Republican. This is from our latest results, a 2.3% victory. What would that look like? And I can tell you, in order to pull a 2.3, you would need Bucks for sure. Bucks, you got a little bit more people than Bucks in Bucks County than usual, but this is probably what it's going to look like. Chester and Dauphin counties are tossed up. And to be honest, I don't know. Like, taking a look at our races. Specifically, we got Pennsylvania. We don't need, but yeah, I like this election. The auditor race, I would say, yeah, this was an upset election because realistically, Democrats were supposed to win this according to polls, general elections. Nina Ahmed, and in the end of the day, Republicans won, flipping as you know, center, Dauphin, Bucks, those counties voted for Clinton in 2016. Trump never won those three counties, so it's going to be interesting. This victory overall in this upset. Take these numbers and calculate them. But 3.1. Yeah, I'd imagine it would look close to something like this. I am kind of tossed up with my support, like, with Center County. Yes, it has a university. You could imagine, oh, Center County is going to go red this year because you start listing many different factors on why Center County is going to go red this year. Well, here's the thing. Yes, Center County is blue, not because it has a major city, which it doesn't. It's blue because it has the college, university, Penn State University, right? Penn State. And yeah, it went for Biden 4.72%. So it's possible we could flip center. But with that college being there, I think it's very possible. But yeah, I think my last prediction in Pennsylvania a couple weeks ago, I actually had Center County go red. So we're going to go ahead and keep it like that. But yeah, Dauphin County remains Democrat. In case you guys are unfamiliar, Dauphin County does have Harrisburg, the capital of Pennsylvania. Let's move on to North Carolina. North Carolina is pretty easy because we've seen a trend in recent elections. Okay, his support's going a little bit down. I'm thinking we'll die it down. Actually, no, he's actually doing okay because look at Trump has won poll after poll after poll after poll since March of 2023. So we're in a really good situation. It's just because I don't necessarily know why. I guess there's people come saying I'm undecided, and they're voicing out. But yes, 47.5%, 42.7%. We're gonna go ahead and predict a 4-point some victory. Let's see. And my favorite set of elections personally in North Carolina is the judicial races. Because, man, the year of Roe v. Wade, the year of abortion, these set of races, this was the Democrats' golden opportunity to basically flip the North Carolina Supreme Court blue. Every single Supreme Court justice blue. But could they do it? No, they couldn't. Instead, we actually, I want to believe we flipped a seat, but Republicans strengthen their margins in this said state. Then again, in the South, abortion is not an issue. Abortion is not a concern in the South. So if the Democrats want to campaign on abortion, which won't work, abortion, 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 just know that this isn't going to get, as you know, more African Americans out and voting. This isn't a legitimate issue and concern for them. Now, I can't speak for every African American out there, and there will be a lot of black liberals that are angry with me because I said that they are not suddenly not, as you know, suddenly not don't care about abortion anymore. But just to clarify my words, so this is a interesting race, a 4.8. This is Richard Deitz versus Lucy Inman. It's mainly this county right here, which I have a question about, but this is what I'm thinking it's probably going to look like. Mecklenburg. We got Greensboro, I want to believe, and then there's Raleigh area. Perfect. We can't forget about this county over here. I think it's Akromby. I don't know what it is, but there's a big city there. But it reminds me of Allegheny County, does it not? I'm like, this is like the Alleghany's like in the same position of the state. It just had to point that out. It just boggles my mind. But yeah, politics are the same. But here is it's mainly this county right here that I don't know. It's another African American county. I don't much people live in this said county. It's more liberal looking at these more recent elections. So if I put down that Biden wins this county, basically looking at the Richard Deitz election, of course, this is going to be a somewhat, yeah, this is a 5-pointer. I want to see the big election where Republicans. Yeah, this is Donna Stroud won this county. I mean, part of the reason was lost this county right here, but I don't know. I think I gave that county to Democrats the last time. But then again, like I like to say, it's just because this county went for Republican in one election and their election swayed in a huge direction for Republicans doesn't mean it is a full on that Republicans need this said county. I don't know what that county's name is. I think Hoke comes into mind, but I think I'm thinking of something else. But yes, it's not. It, in other words, that doesn't mean Republicans can't win just this county in order to flip. But interestingly enough, we have our results, and yes, this is what I think it's going to be. I'm having this county go for Biden. But yes, this is their North Carolina results. Let's take a look at Florida. And I haven't done a prediction of Florida other than my community tab, but Florida is a state that we throw in the air and say, hey, you know what? It's going Republican. It just is going Republican. It's the state of Trump. And Democrats know it too. They are the ones that constantly talk about it. And it's mainly two elections in 2022 that we mainly see, and that is the Florida gubernatorial election and the Florida U.S. Senate election. Ron DeSantis defeated the popular Charlie Crist by a landslide of 59.37%. Yes, Crist, who was the Republican governor of Florida, who actually, despite being a rhino and a liberal, actually managed to make a lot of Republicans happy because I think he was pro low taxes. But ultimately, he ended up becoming Democrat because then he, as you know, supported Obamacare. He didn't like how Republicans were countering the Obamacare stuff, so he was an independent first before becoming a Democrat in the near future. But you'll see, 59.37% of the popular vote. What's Trump supposed to win? 9%. All right, 9%. And that's somewhat more or less of a said win overall in North Carolina. It's not as big as Ron DeSantis, you might say. But yeah, the voter turnout dropped. That's part of the reason. But they're still saying it's solid red, anyways. But going ahead, it's somewhat. I honestly don't see Republicans. I honestly think Trump's gonna go ahead and flip a lot of uh counties he managed to win in 2016. He's probably going to gain those counties back. He's going to gain Osceola. It's Hillsborough County. I don't know if Hillsborough County is going Republican. It did vote aggressively for Trump in not Trump in this for DeSantis in the said election, gubernatorial election. Swing was ginormous. And this is the trend. It's just funny. But yes. Yeah, Palm Beach, Osceola. Osceola and somewhat more liberal, surprisingly, than Hillsborough. There's no major city in Osceola County, if I am not mistaken. There's Kissimmee. And then again, this county is a county of Hispanic, very Hispanic, as you know. This is where the Hispanic vote would probably benefit Trump. Hillsborough, 54.17%. There you got the Tampa. That's 384,000 people. You could say Trump barely wins Hillsborough County. But I don't know if that's enough to contribute to his 9-point win. There's Duval County too. But yes, Pinellas will give to Trump. Miami-Dade, let's just play with the idea of giving Miami-Dade to Trump. That could very well possibly be what brings Trump up. And here's here's an interesting one. Duval County, which holds Jacksonville, Florida, um, is actually more liberal in this election than Miami-Dade. And that makes sense because Jacksonville is the most populous city in Florida. Uh, just to clarify, but looking at this said race, I think personally, yeah, Jacksonville did go for Trump. No, in 2016, lost it in 2020. Right? Now supposedly is more of a swing county. Putting those counties aside, we can declare that these counties over here, the blue will go for Biden. It's mainly a matter of, well, is Hillsborough mainly going Democrat? Honestly, I don't know. I would say Jacksonville would go Democrat, but interestingly enough, and what about Palm Beach? I didn't really agree with Palm Beach because that's Trump country, you know? Palm Beach, though, is the county that um is one of the most moderates. I mean, it was a county that Chris could have won. Palm Beach definitely has a million people. West Palm Beach, huge city, but I don't know. I mean, it went Republican in the other elections. Well, never mind. Duval's actually a little bit more conservative. I was looking at that wrongly. But this is sort of what I'm thinking now of what it might look like. I'm still not confident enough about Palm Beach, but seeing how DeSantis and Rubio performed a landslide close to that, Palm Beach is probably um, close to what you need in order to win that sort of deal. Palm Beach County. Let's see. Take a look at the voting. 55%, 55.97. I would think for sure that would be enough. Looking at Hillsborough, though. Yeah, it's more closer. Like, we could give Hillsborough to Trump. Now it looks like that. A 20, what's it called? 2022 Rubio performance. But yeah, I think it's probably going to look like this. But sorry for copying your map, Rubio. But this is probably what's going to do. So we got this is going to be an hour video, by the way. I should have clarified. Apparently I didn't I underestimated how long Florida would be. Well, we didn't do Nevada yet. But we got Florida done. We got North Carolina done. We got Pennsylvania done. We just have Nevada, Arizona, Iowa. And Iowa, I'm going to tell you, it's going to be straight out pretty easy. Flat out easy because we see Scott County has basically told us, yeah, it's going Republican. I mean, there was this one race in 2022. Mr. Sand, I think he was a state auditor. He managed to win that election, the Democrat. And yeah, it's not here. But yes, like Tom Miller, he managed to flip counties that Trump won. And that Scott County right here that voted for Clinton and Biden, that went for Trump. I mean, that went for Brenna Bird. So I'm confident that yes, like here in this election here, Rob Sand, same deal. Like I am confident that it's probably going to go for Trump. But in reality, it's going to be looking like this. Looks like 2020. Only difference is Scott is going to be Republican. In fact, I think it's going to go Republican 55%. Some people say, "Oh, I don't think it's going to be that pace." Well, it's trended enormously. It's also Scott County was blue because of this right here as Democrat. See, I don't know. That's not Dubuque. Cedar Rapids. I believe it's Cedar Rapids. But this is sort of what we're getting. All right, that was easy. No, Nevada 2. We're going to Nevada 2. We're doing half of Nevada. I mean, half of Nebraska. Excuse me. That being, we do have a poll from 16 plus. That's huge. Like, how is that even possible? So but I still think Omaha, well, it's possible. Let's just take a look at the presidential election, and then we can determine what a performance would look like. But yeah, these are the current polls. Interesting. Getting into Nebraska. Because Nebraska is going to be quite easy, if you ask me. 57 to 34%. We want the second district. This is compared to this one right here. This is from Emerson. This is public policy polling. And I would imagine Trump wins by 15 to 14 points. So that would be enough to flip Douglas County, which holds Omaha. So believe it or not, Omaha County can go red if you try campaign really aggressively there. It can go red. It definitely can. So I'm trying to find the specifically Nebraska and what that's going to look like. I want the second district. Okay, this is the first. Cute. All right, that is the second district map. So that's Douglas. A little bit of that count. I think that's Sarzi County, but there's something like that. But there we go. This is what the election would look like in Nebraska. But who knows? Trump's lead could shrink, and you could get a very competitive election. New Mexico. We have not forgotten about you. New Mexico. But yeah. I would say a little bit between a likely and a leaning. And what that is going to look like could look like the 2020 results. We could pull that up. Or get rid of Hillsborough County, but New Mexico. Yeah, we saw this county going blue, red last during the midterms, but let's get a little refresher on what that looked like. Governor's race, this is the one I was talking about. This was leaning. There's the state auditor. So I personally think it's probably going to look like this, to be quite honest with you. There's no really complication with that. New Mexico is kind of a state with a pattern. And the pattern has kind of always been, say this is the same results back from 2016 and 2020. So counties trend certain directions, and they tend to stay in that direction. So, except for this county is more flexible and considers voting for Republicans. But I don't think the red counties in New Mexico are open enough to vote Democrat. But this is what same deal as 2016, 2020, and 2020. Not a surprise. Well, maybe to some, but that's what it's currently looking like. Arizona. Yeah, we're just going to forget about this. But yes, Arizona. 4 points. And in order to win 4 points, I think for sure you would have to win Maricopa. Yes, I would give it to the fact that, yes, Trump's barely winning Maricopa County. True. But I mean, you can't get 4% alone without it. It's just a basic fact. But we now have the state of Nevada. And yes, Nevada, huge trend to the right. That poll, however, has dropped to 5.4%, sadly. But who knows? That Trump may see his support getting a rebound. But in order to get that sort of number, we've made it clear Trump would have to get Washoe County, which does have a good population, big population, along with voters here. And some voters in Clark. He doesn't have to win Clark, even though I think Clark can be winnable. But over time, yeah, I think it. If you concentrate hard enough, it would go. But let's see. But yes, I think this is the current trend in voter registration. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. And as always, I will see you all in the next political episode.